Hello, Women's March on Asheville. My name is Gailya Paliga, and I am the president of the NC National Organization for Women. I have been involved in the Raleigh Women's Marches since the beginning. Women and allies all over the world moved in defiance in similar directions. Trump becoming president pulled a lot of women and allies into fighting for a better future. It also forced many to run for office to be the change they want to see. As NC Now president, part of my role is to organize and also to keep members informed about what's going on and to document events. And it's been a joy to document the women's marches in North Carolina. There were 13 in 2017, and those are captured on video. The right to assemble is recognized as a human right and protected by the First Amendment of the Constitution. Not that Trump would know that. Speaking of the Constitution, 2020 is the 100th anniversary of the 19th Amendment that gave some women the right to vote. Too many were prevented from voting for too long. Black women, indigenous women, immigrant women, poor women. Many couldn't vote, and many men of color couldn't vote until 1965. And unfortunately, there's voter suppression again. As we've learned, having the right to vote is not enough. We have many articles on suffrage centennial events over the last year. They began with the She Changed the World kickoff event last September that was at the state capitol in Raleigh, and a coalition of organizations did another event last summer, When Women Gather, Uniting for Positive Change. And that event evolved, like many things due to the pandemic this summer, to be online. And we were able to reach 685 people at least via Zoom and Facebook Live, whereas our in-person event would have reached like 150. Another change that we've seen is the extended George Floyd protests and Black Lives Matter protests became the largest nationwide protests ever. 15 million to 26 million estimated participants. And at our conference, at our state conference on October 9th and 10th, Dr. Valerie Johnson from Shaw University is going to speak about the racial injustice in the justice system for women. And, you know, the changes that resulted from these protests, for example, made a settlement happen after the murder of Breonna Taylor in her home in Kentucky. That would not have happened before these protests. We have a military Me Too movement. My attention this summer has been riveted on the disappearance and murder of Vanessa Guillen. Her disappearance kicked off a military Me Too movement online and protests all over the country. In fact, there were 3 in Raleigh on July 25th. Actual change is coming to the military as a result of this, finally. The military Me Too movement is reaching Fort Bragg and Fayetteville. At our conference, we're also having a panel on changes they need at Fort Bragg and in Fayetteville to handle sex crimes better, correctly. So, moving forward, we are focusing women's power now on the vote. We must make changes in the White House. So the NC Now conference theme is Voting Our Future Now. That is what we must do. Go vote. Thanks.